Hello guys, it's Ygritte here. I decided to share a build with you that I'm planning to run on Guild's release. It's a heavy support Guardian build, mostly focused on removing conditions with shouts, but also providing a lot of crowd control for you and your party. It doesn't have a lot of damage, but it's totally fine, because it won't be your job to do damage in this build, but rather providing outstanding support for your allies, and also holding points. It's very good rival build. Okay, so let's get into it. Okay, let's get started. Our main head weapon is a sword with Sigil of Super Leeching. The Sigil grants us a life leech, which is basically stealing some hit points from your enemy and training them. So we get the hit points. It has infernal cooldown of 9 seconds, although it's not written here, and the amount of the leech is about 976, something about that. Our offhand weapon is shield with Sigil of Superior Water. We got the 30% chance to heal nearby allies. It's actually a really good combination. I decided to go for those sigils mainly because we'll be swapping to sword and shield weapons from hammer when we'll be needing those defensive cooldowns as protection, knockback, or just block and reflect projectiles. Our second weapon is hammer with superior sigil of nullification, 60% chance to remove a bone on critical, which might appear silly considering my low crit chance, which is only 4, but that's totally fine. Every 10 seconds 4% of chance is enough. It won't proc more, as you see it has a cooldown. And I should also mention that I run with Guardian, that runs Shout for Great Justice it is, I think, which grants us Fury, 20% of crit. Okay, let's move to the trait. 10 points into Valor, 100 toughness, always nice, has some critical damage, 10% critical damage. First passive tactic is Valor's Defense, gain Aegis when your health reaches 50%. It's actually a good passive, it can be useful. Sometimes when you're getting bursted, it can proc on 50%, you can just remember that and follow up with Virtue of Courage, which provides another block. Our first tactic is Purity, lose a condition every 10 seconds. I find it really useful, just as Signet of Resolve passive effect. I should mention that they stack, as you see. This one removes condition every 10 seconds, this one does the same, so it's really nice. We put 30 points into Honor, which grants us 300 Vitality and 300 Healing. Vitality is actually one of the most important attributes for a Guardian, as we are the class with the lowest HP pool in game, so we need Vitality. So stats are very nice here. Vigorous Precision, gain 1 second of Vigor when you critical hit. Very nice. Vigor is like one of the best ones in my opinion. You need to dodge a lot in this game basically, so every Vigor gain is nice. Considering I'm running with Warrior, having 24% crit chance, it will proc out. Super Area, Shout recharges are 20% faster. It's very important for this build, as it's built mainly for condition removal. So it's always good to have some reduced cooldown on shouts, which will be the skills that will remove the conditions from us mainly and from our allies. Selfless Daring, the end of your dodge roll heals nearby allies. It's really good. It's like 500 heal, I think it was, and yeah, on every dodge it's pretty powerful. Two-handed Mastery, two-handed weapon skill which are 20% faster, and this is the tactic that is must-have in my opinion. When you are playing on a hammer, it's always nice to have this reduced cooldowns on your skills, especially in warding. Like you want to reapply that a lot, basically. let's move to Elusive Power, deal more damage at low endurance. Nice addition, not that useful on this build, as I mentioned before. It's not a build for damage, but it's a nice addition. Pure of Voice, our main tactic. The whole build is based on this tactic. Allies affected by shouts convert one condition into a boon. I will explain later why it's so important to have this. But yeah, we go for Pure of Voice. We put 30 points into Virtues, which increases our boon duration by 30. Very nice. Also Virtue Recharge by 30. Always good. First passive is really powerful. I really like this. Virtues now apply the following boons: Justice, Might, Resolve, Regeneration, Courage, Protection. I will be using Justice a lot, basically. I don't find the burn that important, so I will just be using the... well, I don't find the chance of the burn to apply that's useful, because it's every 4th attack. It's not really that great. I would rather use the active effect, which would grant us Might, and just burn the next attack for every member that is close to you. It's really good. Resolve gets us a regeneration, always good. Courage, Protection, really nice. Really good passive. I'm actually wondering why it's on passive. I hope they won't nerf it, but yeah, it's pretty powerful to be passive. Master of Consecrations. Consecrations recharges are 20% faster and last longer. That's mostly because of me using Sanctuary, as you probably see, as third utility skill. So yeah, it used to be 10 seconds, but Ariana decided to nerf Guardian a bit. Also the shout ranges, which I'm a bit sad about, but yeah, it's not that huge of a deal. So Consecrations recharges are 20% faster and last longer. Retribution, gain retaliation when you activate a virtue. Retaliation used to be a very powerful boon, like one of the most powerful boons, but they toned it down a bit, mainly because it didn't have an infernal cooldown. A lot of people were whining on it, so yeah, it really affects Guardians, because a lot of Guardians were playing on this greatsword retribution based builds. But I guess it's okay. Absolute Resolution. Activating Virtue of Resolve removes 3 conditions. Virtue of Resolve's passing effect is stronger. Really powerful tactic. It's always good to remove 3 conditions. It's really nice. Every 1 minute, I think it is. Although we have this Virtue Recharge a bit lower, so I guess it's about 48 seconds. Every 48 seconds we can remove 3 conditions, and yeah, it's really nice. Power of the Virtuous deals extra damage for each boon you have. Not that important, but it's a nice addition. We will be having a lot of boons on this spec, so it can be useful. I'm not really sure what's the exact amount of damage for each boon. Don't know what's the exact amount. It might be 5%, because in MMOs they usually like to not inform the community of exact number of exact percentage, but yeah, they like to go for 5%, so that would be my guess. The last tactic is Indomitable Courage. Virtue of Courage grants 3 seconds stability. Virtue of Courage passive effect triggers every 30 seconds. Really nice for stomping, actually. As you can see in Ajin videos, or probably I wouldn't really say Lastivka videos, because he haven't made any videos yet, but I guess that's what good Guardians should go for and should do. Just stomp people with Virtue of Courage up, as we saw in Ajin videos, which grants us stability and block. Really good tactic. It also grants us to our allies as every virtue, so yeah, it's just really good to spec for it. As my first utility healing slot, I decided to go for Signet of Resolve, mainly because of condition removal. It's not 30-second cooldown as we see here, but 40. It got nerfed, but the healing got buffed. Right now it's like 8.1, 1000, I think. Signet passive removes a condition every 10 seconds. Stacks with purity, awesome. What not to like? Every 10 seconds it removes 2 conditions. If it's on cooldown, every 10 seconds we remove 1 condition with purity. Very nice. Hold the line, one of my favorite skill. Grants protection and regeneration to allies every 28 seconds after the cooldown reduced modificator. Protection is very powerful, but let me remind you, it reduces the damage by 33, basically, to you and your allies. It's 4 seconds right now. They increased the duration, so it's like 5.5, I think, with my boon duration from Virtues. Boon duration addition. Regeneration, always. Regeneration is also very nice. It just grants us this heal over time regen. Break stun, what to not like? Really powerful, really good. Range is of course not 1200, but it's right now it's 600. It got nerfed. Don't really understand why. Like it was fine. It wasn't really game breaking or anything, but yeah, I guess they are doing some balancing. It's not really a huge difference. Now you just need to be more careful when applying those shouts. But yeah, they are still really powerful. Standard ground stability. In my opinion, must have if you want to play a support guardian. It's really good. Like you can either go for stability or for where was it? Hallowed ground, which is consecration. But yeah, I decided to go for stability for standard ground as it has lower cooldown. It has actually 6.5 seconds duration due to my boon duration thingy here. It gets increased by 30%. Also, I like it more than Hallowed Ground because you don't really need to stay in one spot. It forces you, Hallowed Ground forces you to be static pretty much if you want to remain within the stability range. This one is like versatile a lot more than Hallowed Ground. So yeah, definitely Standard Ground. Removes every shout removes, by the way, 1 condition from Pure of Voice from you and your allies, but also we have a spare rune of the Soldier, which on a 6 bonus removes a condition. It also removes condition from allies, so it's removing 2 condition every shout. This one is on 28 second cooldown. This one is on 24. It was, I think. It's really powerful. I really like it. So yeah, basically you stand your ground when at the beginning of the fight, or you just use it when you see your allies getting, for example, if they are getting stomped or they are stomping. It's always good to have stability. Stability is a really nice boon. Like in every MMO game, anti-CC skills are really powerful. You should abuse them, I would say. Okay, and the last, but not the least, utility skill is Sanctuary. It forms a projective shelter that prevents foes and projectiles from entering and heals eyes. It's really good. I really like the skill. A lot of people don't like this skill because it has a low cooldown. In this case, it has 94 or 96, I think, after the modification. It's really powerful. It's really good. Like you can use it on a point, on the middle of a point. You just put it there to put some area of denial, some area of denial. You can use it when your ally is down, just to review him. You can use it when he's about to go down. So yeah, it's pretty nice. Let me fix something. Okay. So yeah, Sanctuary, very good skill. Just be creative with it. I really like the way that Guardians have so many area of denial skills. It's really awesome. I really like it. And yeah, just be creative. That's fine. Mostly, you should probably use it before entering Tome of Courage though. That's what I was doing a lot, mainly because it makes you like sure that you will dash out the heal. Tome of Courage as my elite. Everyone knows, I guess, what it does, but for those who don't, then it heals up to 100%. Also, it has some blinds, some chills, some single area of effect heals. Pretty good. Every guardian that plays support should have it. It's really powerful. I guess it will be the main reason why guardians will be must-have in SPVP, as it just brings so much to the table. It's really good. Like, it's a really nice skill. I guess the cooldown might seem a bit high, but it's totally fine. Soldier's Amulet, just simple amulet for Guardian, Vitality, Toughness, some power, Soldier's Juvenil's Addition, another Vitality, Toughness. Rune of Soldier gives us another Vitality and another Toughness attribute, but also with this Shout, remove condition on 6 bonus, grants our shouts to remove two conditions. I have 21k HP, pretty decent for Guardian, 3k armor, it's really good, a low crit chance and low crit damage pass, but as I mentioned before, it's not really built for dealing damage. If your main role is support, you should keep to it. Like, I guess, in my opinion, Guardian is one of the best classes along with Elementalis to provide support. That's why my team decided to go for Guardian Elementalist as the support classes in our setup. So yeah, it's pretty low, I would say, but you don't really need more. If you want to be successful as a Guardian, support is the way to go, in my opinion. 2000 vitality, 1.7k toughness, some prison power. I'll be actually releasing some more Guardian videos with more DPS spec. I will show you my usual rotation now. Flashing Blade to teleport, blind, apply protection, swap weapons. This is Embrace for immobilize for 2 seconds, in line, Ring of Warding, 5 seconds, in total 7 seconds of immobilize. It's perfect for locking people in one place. It's really good. I really like the Guardian playstyle with those skills. This one is actually a bit tricky because it immobilizes in a line, so you just need to get used to it, and it's really pretty easy to master, I would say. I mastered it fairly fast. So yeah, that's what you will do. Ring of Warding. Then your auto attack from Hammer, apply protection from the second one, from the third one, also Mighty Blow, do a follow-up, because it's a combo field light, so it gives you area of effect retaliation for your allies. So yeah, that's the typical DPS rotation. After Ring of Warding, of course, you do the auto attacks. You want to have them in one place for you and your allies. Your allies, by the way, can cross the ring, so it's no NP, no problem. It's a really good skill. Like, it's really powerful. Banish to knock the enemy off the point, for example, when you're defending it. When you are defending nodes, you should also put Ring of Warding on the middle. Keep the enemy away. Just knock him off the point. Make sure to cap it. Maybe I can provide you with some of the footage I have of me using Banish. Not sure yet. So yeah, it's actually 20 seconds from Banish and like 32 from Ring of Warding, I think. So yeah. DPS on Sword is also pretty good. Do those auto attacks. Don't hesitate from using Zero Defense. It's actually nice burst, even though you have a low critical damage and crit chance. It's still good. Like, don't forget about our blind. Don't forget about knockbacks from Shield of Absorption. Apply those blinds a lot. They're really useful when you see your enemies going down. And yeah, I think you should have a main as a sword because of this teleport. You should always teleport to the target first. So yeah, then apply protection, switch. It's pretty easy to get it. You shouldn't have any problems with the rotation. It's really I would say normal. So yeah, that's about it. If you like the video, hit like and subscribe. It really motivates me to keep making those. Take care.